Presentation Mastery. He's in level 2. The project is body language. The title of his speech is To See or Not to See. Tony is an advanced communicator working on Pathways Presentation Mastery. Please help me welcome Tony.
I have a secret. I have a medical condition that I'm going to share with you all tonight. When I leave this evening, and I get on the highway and I start driving down the road in my truck, instead of seeing lights that are this size coming out of headlights, I'll see lights that are bigger and lights coming out like this, almost like something's on fire. It'll be blurry. If this continues, probably within a year, I won't be able to drive at night. Perhaps in 2 to 3 years, I won't be able to drive at all. What is it? Is it glaucoma? A detached retina? Something that you've never heard before? No. It's cataracts! Cataracts are for old people! What is going on? I went to the doctor for a routine exam earlier this year, and when he sat down to give me the results of the exam, he said, "Tony, did you know you had cataracts?" I was in shock. It turns out that you can start getting cataracts. It's an age-related disease, but you can start getting cataracts as early as age 55. I'm a little older than that, but I was still shocked. I didn't know that you could get it before you're like 65. Well, I've had vision problems my entire life. I was born with myopia. That's the medical term for nearsightedness. So I could see up close, but I couldn't see very far away. It was really blurry. I didn't know any different. How would I know I'm seeing differently than anybody else that I know? When I was in school, I started school, the teacher told my parents that I had a learning disability. Then one day, the nurse comes into the classroom, and she brings this piece of equipment, and there's an optometrist with her. And they call up the students one by one for an eye exam. The very next day, my seat in the back row was moved to the front row. All this time, that teacher standing up there on the blackboard with her chalk, making things up there, I have no idea what she's doing up there from the back row because I can't see her. So I am bored. I'm not learning because I'm bored. Next thing I know, I get glasses. Now that is a world changer. If you're almost blind and you get glasses, now all of a sudden I can see crisp in the distance. I had no idea that you could be able to see that well. I remember stepping off the steps. He had like 2 steps, stepping down to the sidewalk when I left, and my depth perception was way off until I got used to it. After glasses, when I got to college, contact lenses. Now, it's not the nice, comfortable, soft ones that you have today. These were the old, hard plastic lenses. You have to learn how to put something in your eye that you've never had anything in your eye before. And they're very uncomfortable. It takes a while to get used to them. And what I remember most about the old, hard contact lenses are that if you get a piece of dust or an eyelash in between your eyeball and that contact lens, oh my gosh, it feels like you got a freaking stick sticking in there. It's horrible. It's very uncomfortable. Then they came out with what's known as soft lenses. And I still wear a soft lens in this eye today, but I don't have anything in this eye. Soft lenses are much better. They're still not perfect. You still have to wear something in there. You have to put them in, take them out, so forth and so on. After contacts, that came out with something called RK. stood for radiokeratotomy. Now, the way they learned about radiokeratotomy and how it would improve your vision is, the story goes that somebody had an accident and they cut their eye with glass or metal or something like that. And when the eye healed up, it actually improved their vision. So they're like, well, how could that have happened? Well, when it healed up, it changed the surface of the eye so that instead of being round, it was more flat when it healed. And that improved that person's vision because they were nearsighted. They couldn't see well far away. So they started studying that and they decided, you know what? Maybe we can do a surgery that will calculate and we can cut people's eyes. So I got arcade and I thought that'd be great. So what they do is they lay you down in a seat, right? And they clamp your eyelids open with this clamp. I actually sprung it clear across the room the first time they put it on. They put it back on and they held it in place. And then they put you under a microscope, they numb your eyes, and they take this knife, this microscopic knife under a microscope, and they go, cut, 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 like 8 or 10 times on your cornea. That sounds horrible, doesn't it? With me, they did it twice. The first time it didn't work well enough. They said, you know what, Tony, we got to cut deeper next time. Oh my God. So they cut again, and it still didn't completely improve my vision. Then they came out with LASIK. That's laser technology. And they said, we think we can help your eye with laser technology. So they made a cut, they pulled back a flap, and they took a laser and they changed the surface of my eye with the laser. And that helped a lot, but it didn't completely heal it. Now I have an opportunity. With cataracts, basically what a cataract is it's a film over your lens on your eye. And it keeps getting worse and worse. And if you don't do something about it, you'll basically go blind. I don't know how long this takes. I don't intend to find out. But they've had clear lenses they've replaced in people, on Medicare or whatever when they get older for years and years and years. And that's the least expensive option. I can have them cut my eye open, yank out that old lens. I'm exaggerating a little bit because I'm sure they do it very carefully. But then they insert a new lens. And what they'll do, the least expensive one is it's just a plastic clear lens that you can obviously see through instead of the opaque one that your lens has with cataracts. There's another option I can choose. Second option I can choose is they can actually put a lens in there that not only replaces the old lens, but it gives me corrective vision so I can see far away without glasses or contacts. Doesn't that sound cool? It costs more, but it's very popular now. There's one drawback to that. The problem with that is when we get old, you know how we can't see up close? You know why that is? It's because we lose the elasticity in our lens. And both of those two options I gave you, the first two options, do not replace the elasticity in the lens. They're still rigid and hard. They have a third option. It's called a symphony lens, where not only do they correct your vision, but they give you that elasticity back so you can actually get the full range of vision from up close to far away. That's the one I chose. My choice was, since I had never had good vision in my entire life, I wasn't going to let money stop me, because it's $9,300, stop me from getting the best vision I've ever had in my life.